Moving into the most excellent competition that is hopefully going to crown, by the end of the day, a big winner. And it's a fairly intensive process that will last the next 5 or 6 hours, and we're super excited to kick it off. We have a very special guest here today who will be overseeing part and parcel of this competition. Her name is Jeanette Armstrong. She's a registered patent attorney and is the director of Department of Energy's Technology Transitions Office. Armstrong coordinates technology transition efforts across department-backed efforts, national laboratories, research facilities, and program offices, as well as oversees the Energy Investor Center and Technology Commercialization Fund. She also advises Energy Secretary Rick Perry on technology transfer and commercialization matters. Armstrong holds a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Carnegie Mellon University, yay, and an MBA from Long Island University and a JD from Rutgers. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome Jeanette, who's going to give us some comments, and we will start this process. Thank you for coming.
Hello, welcome to the Cleantech University Prize Competition for the Allegheny region. It's sponsored by U.S. Department of Energy, and this competition is actually one of 8 regional competitions nationwide that will provide $50,000 prize. I'm happy to be here. As Jay announced, I am currently director of the Office of Tech Transitions at Department of Energy. And before I start, I thought I'll give a very quick snapshot of what DOE does and what Office of Tech Transition does at the DOE. DOE conducts basic research and applied research in diverse fields, very diverse fields, from nuclear physics to environmental science to batteries, nuclear weapons, renewable energy, supercomputing, for example. And DOE conducts these research through a network of 17 national labs. You might recognize some of the names, for example, Sandia, Lawrence Livermore, Los Alamos, Argonne, for example. So DOE invests very heavily in R&D, basic and applied, as I mentioned before. And DOE research accounts for 40% of DOE expenditures, which is over $30 billion per year. So within DOE, I head up the Office of Technology Transitions, which is OTT, we call OTT. It's a relatively new office. It was established in 2015. And we oversee and expand commercial impact of the investment that we make in R&D at DOE. So our goal is to improve and maximize accessibility of the national labs to increase the partnership between the industry and what's going on at the laboratories. Our office responsibly extends over DOE programs, 17 laboratories, and other research and facilities that's located throughout the country. So overview of the competition, teams, there are 4 states represented here today: Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and Maryland. Top teams from this regional competition will go to the national competition and have an opportunity to win even more prizes, not only from Department of Energy, but Department of Defense as well. Winning teams will also receive additional business development and commercialization training and other education opportunities. This may not sound very important, but we have found that the commercialization training is actually very important as part of our R&D, because you can have the greatest innovation, but if you cannot market it and commercialize it and put it in a format that's accessible and interesting to the marketplace, you cannot promote your amazing innovation. So the details of the competition, there are 3 parts. First part, which will begin shortly, is a 1-minute elevator pitches. These pitches, along with, there will be e-poster sessions starting at 3:45 in the Danforth room, which will be selected as fan favorite. So in addition to 3 finalists, there will be another winner selected called fan favorite. So audience can participate in selecting these another team from the judging process. This is a link which can type into any electronic device that you will have access to the form to pick your team that you like best. And then the top 3 teams will make their 10-minute pitches finals back in this room at 5 p.m. So with that, I would like to invite our first team to come up and make their long 1-minute speech. Okay, your 1 minute starts now.
Okay. I've been fascinated by renewable energy ever since I lived in the highlands of Guatemala. When I came back to the United States, I had the opportunity to visit a wind farm and was kind of struck by the sheer size of the blades. I mean, one blade spans the length of an entire football field. And I was wondering, how do these guys, these operators, know when a blade is wearing down or when it sustained damage? And I was surprised to find out that a couple of times a year, they'll send people up into the turbines and they have to rappel down the blade and physically monitor the wind turbine blade to check for damage. And I thought, there's got to be a better way in this day and age. Now, remote sensing allows engineers safely on the ground to collect data multiple times a day. And Active Charge, our technology, takes that one step further by removing the need for batteries so that you can install the sensor inside of the turbine and collect data without any shutdowns of the turbine generation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Prince Ghosh, and I'm the founder and CEO of Boundary Labs. We're a startup spun out of research conducted at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio, focused on commercializing our dielectric barrier discharge plasma actuator technology. Essentially, what we've created is a thin, flexible, solid-state electrode that can be applied in the form of a tape right to the surface of a wind turbine blade. When activated, our electrodes generate a thin layer of non-thermal plasma over the surface of the blade and control the air flowing around it with the series of electric fields. This yields an increase in aerodynamic efficiency and overall power output of the turbine by about 4%. We've tested benchtop scale tests at Case Western Reserve and are partnered with NASA Glenn Research Center in Cleveland, Ohio to conduct full-scale wind tunnel testing. I have a vision that one day every turbine in America is going to have our technology on it, pushing us one step closer to offsetting the effects of fossil fuels. Thank you so much for your time.
Good afternoon. I'm Nathaniel Mclean from Coppin State University. Have you ever been caught at 3%? In today's day and age, we have a constant need to charge our portable devices. But the problem is, all these solutions are either bulky, expensive, or environmentally unfriendly. At Coppin State University, the Solar Tech team is using technology that can be integrated into backpacks, using natural dyes to generate power from sunlight. We're currently working with towing companies to get the technology into your backpack so that you can charge on the go. We're hoping to reach out to some 3,000 students at Coppin State University and expand to about 400,000 students in Maryland, to giving them the power to charge on the go, giving you an affordable, efficient, energy-friendly, environmentally friendly option that you can use on the go and stay in fashion. Thank you very much, Coppin State University.
What if I told you that this apple had the potential to be so much more than just trash? What if I told you that we had a system that could help solve this $160 billion food waste problem? Our Seahorse system is the first of its kind that is easily deployable and can help restaurants profit off of two different types of revenue streams. The first is the clean energy that we can produce from their food waste, and the second is the fertilizer that we can give back to the communities. We have already raised over $100,000 within 1 year and have created Pittsburgh's first portable farming system. Additionally, we are launching our first prototype of our anaerobic digestion system in May and have been receiving interest from companies internationally. We are Ecotone Renewables, we are here to close the food loop, and we are creating a 21st century food system. Thank you.
So I want you to put yourself in the shoe of a scientist who's working at Philips, and as we now know with Synergy, and whose job is to design lights. Now when you're designing these lights, there are multiple design choices you can make, such as what materials you want to use, what process conditions you want to put them in, and eventually how do you assemble all of it together to suit your application. Unfortunately, the way many companies design lights, or batteries, or any other product for that matter, is actually a fairly painful process. They get hold of a scientist, ask them to analyze spreadsheets and spreadsheets of data to come up with a new design, test it out, and keep revising this for possibly hundreds of iterations until they find something that satisfies their needs. And this is a high-pressure situation to be in, especially if you know that fast innovation and discovery is what defines a success. And here's where we come in. At Experiment, we're a group of machine learning experts who have developed an AI platform that can choose better experiments to suit your needs and make this trial and error process more efficient. And while traditionally people tend to use software as a service or platform as a service as a business model for services like this, our goal is to develop a platform to develop, patent, and license our own designs. Thank you.
Everybody, we need to use the microphone because otherwise it's not recorded in terms of the sound.
Hi, we are Gridfruit from Carnegie Mellon. In the US, there are more than 200,000 grocery stores, and they operate on razor-thin profit margins around 1%. That means today they're suffering as Amazon takes more and more market share. The supermarket's refrigerators alone take up to 20% of their potential profits. These refrigerators are gathering data from different components, but that data stays separate and never sees the light of day. At Gridfruit, we have an AI platform that takes this data, collects it, and applies our AI learning algorithms to provide the customers with optimal temperature set points and customized, tailored maintenance recommendations to reduce their costs by up to 15%. Now, these customers are generating over $1 trillion in revenue every year, and our market is $8 billion per year. We have one pilot going, 2 in the works. We're bringing AI to your grocery store. Thank you.
Imagine you're driving your shiny new electric vehicle, cruising across Allegheny County, but then when you see those red flashing danger lights flashing across your dashboard, low battery. Understandably, you'll be anxious. You want to find the next available charging station, but they're just not enough. Not one that's certainly available to your vehicle's remaining range. What do? This is where we bridge the gap. Hi, my name is Ashwin, and I'm from Omnitricity with Carnegie Mellon University. We work with residential, small commercial locations, and electric vehicle drivers in providing affordable, fast charging equipment that is compatible with any electric vehicle in today's market. We are a sharing economy business model that enables hosts to basically share their chargers for any other electric vehicle to come and charge. We are Omnitricity, and we make sure that your electric vehicle travel is a lot less anxious. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. There we go. Okay, so my name is David Smith, and I'm here representing West Virginia University and Squareline Power. Squareline Power's mission is to provide safe, durable solutions to the modern electrical problems we have this day. Using that, doing inductive charging power, using wireless power. In our first application, we look to target the 30,000 new internet cafes that have been open in the last 15 years. With that, using furniture to charge the laptops and cell phones that you all use and I use while I sit there and not buy anything in the coffee shops, to make it so that every 30 minutes you charge per 50 cents or $1 or something like that, to be able to make, they have recurring cash flows whenever it comes to the business. Second phase is to move on to drone charging. So, thank you. The law enforcement can make it so that the cutoff for the unplugging of the drones end up so that they save countless time for emergencies. Thank you very much.
Poop is a serious problem, and it's an especially big problem when it comes to water conservation, energy, and health. The standard toilet uses 6 liters per flush, and when that scales up, that means that we're flushing away 100 billion liters of water every day. Reducing the toilet's water footprint would lead to lower energy bills, lower water bills, and less wasted water. But conventional toilet surfaces need water to prevent fouling and foul odors and bacteria accumulation. So to lower the water footprint of the toilet while also maintaining a clean toilet experience, we've developed a sprayable surface coating that can repel liquids, solid waste, and also bacteria. Any residue left behind on our surface can be washed away with 90% less water than a conventional toilet surface. Our ultimate goal is to revolutionize the way that waste is managed, and perhaps with a coating like ours, one day toilets will be able to keep themselves clean while also reducing their environmental impact. Thank you.
Conventional energy sources are dying causes and have left in their wake pressing environmental health issues and expensive removals of hazardous waste. To combat these, we propose the advancement of a new sector of renewable energy, plant-generated electricity. We give you ZenCharge, an idea that employs the multifaceted applications of the generation of electricity through plants. With carbon electrodes and a power harvester attached to a constructed array of plants, we can now use the very nature we are trying to preserve to supplement our electricity needs 24/7. In particular, our latest innovative focus at ZenCharge involves an electricity-producing green wall, the utilization of a revolutionary, all-inclusive technology, safeguarding our power and our Earth. This is ZenCharge. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tim. I am from HEC, Greenhawks Compact Composter. The problem that we have today is many residential areas produce about 4 pounds of compostable waste each day, but most residential areas do not have composters that can meet their demands, especially ones that are automatic. They're not there. Our goal at HEC Greenhawks is to create a composter that can automatically biodegrade the matter quicker and faster without the need for manual labor of having to continuously turn it and add water. This will automatically do all this for you. Thank you.
Thank you, all the team members. Thank you for coming up. Just figuring out what you have to say in 1 minute, that's really difficult. So now, audience, please remember to vote for your favorite team so they can, another team can have an award. Also, at 3:45 is when the poster session is. Please, this is way too short for you to figure out a little more about what's going on with this great innovation have been discussed here. Please start by at 3:45. Danforth Room, which is just past the fast food place on this floor, to talk to the team members and ask about the innovations. And please return here at 5 o'clock to see who won the $50,000 award. Thank you, panelists.